What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name's kyledipeppe, and if you're enjoying the content, please consider joining my Patreon down below in the description. $5 a month, you can cancel at any time, and check this out. You get to get access to this NFT ROI calculator. That's right, guys. Pretty huge stuff. There's also a Discord channel. I will aim to do live chats once a month, but of course you don't know who I am and why I would be helpful. So I'm going to tell you how to 10x with NFTs. Just kidding. So I've definitely been rugged in the NFT space. I've done actually 50x. I just thought about it, 50x on some of my NFT investments. But I'm no expert. This is not financial advice. These are more just sort of my thoughts and 5 key things that I look at when potentially buying NFTs on Solana. I really only hold Solana NFTs. There's one NFT I hold on Ethereum. But yeah, mainly just Solana because, well, cheap transaction, guys. To start off, the rugs that I've been a part of, the 2 notable ones were Soul Bears / Soul Cats. If you know the story, you know the story, but basically cash grab, devs disappeared, blah, 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 blah. And then Eternal Beings was the second one. I think like Lil Uzi Vert or something like that. I don't know, was pumping it. Who knows? I think I bought like 2 of those. I think all in all, I probably lost about 80 or 90 soul between just those 2 projects. So yeah, that was fun. And then 50x, that was with Shadowy Supercoder Genesis Go. So I'll get into, I actually heard about that from a coworker. They shared it. It was sort of like a stealth mint, or it was like a slow mint over like a day or 2 or something like that. I was fortunate enough to mint 2, but unfortunate that I didn't mint more. But either way, that was like a 2.5 soul mint, and it's trading at like, I don't know, 125 soul floor or something like that. So anyways, let's just jump right into it. So how to tax with NFTs? Just kidding. Anyways, first slide, new and unique. So Shadowy Supercoders, the Genesis Go NFT, was basically like a new and unique use case for NFTs. And what I mean by this is that they were effectively just doing like a seed round. So in the venture capital world, when companies are raising money, they'll typically go to venture capital firms, hedge funds, whatever it is, and do a seed round. This is where you basically are giving up a percentage of your company or tokens in the crypto space for like, 3 million at a $30 million valuation, right? Like that kind of a thing. So instead of doing that, they basically did a public seed round and sold 10,000 NFTs at 2.5 Sol. And they raised money that way, and then later they did an IDO, and the NFTs gave you the right to up to 13,000 tokens. So out of all of the NFTs, it was 65% of the token supply. That way, sort of the public really owned a lot of this project. So pretty cool. It was a new and unique use case. They have a great dev team, and I decided to sort of FOMO in and bought 2 of them at the time. So fortunately I did, because, well, that did really well, and I was actually able to 50x my investment. So this was a new use case, and also in a later slide, the dev team is fantastic at Genesis Go. Frank, very active on Discord, and also Levi Cook, he's another person that I follow on Twitter and stuff, just sort of seeing them and being semi-familiar. Awesome stuff right there. Now, another use case you can look at, there's some interesting stuff coming out these days where getting something in real life. So whether that's free merch, land, that's right, there's some NFTs that are trying to basically monetize land as if it's, like a deed, or attend events, right? An NFT could be like a ticket, right? So those are some things to consider and things that I look at when getting into projects, and clearly that paid out very well with SSC's NFTs. Now, the next thing is dividends. This sort of plays into my Patreon. So if you do decide to support me, join my Patreon. You can cancel at any time. But I did build sort of this NFT valuation calculator. And what this does is it takes projects, and if they pay a dividend or some sort of token on any sort of regular schedule, I look at that, and then I'm trying to basically calculate the days for return on investment based on current floor price. Right? So at the bottom here, you can obviously plug in whatever you might have paid for the NFT. Then you can also plug in the current token price of whatever is emitted, right? So if Sol is being emitted, right, maybe there's royalties or fees that get paid out daily. Well, you would just plug in a USDC price of Sol, so like 136, and then maybe you get like 0.5 Sol every day. Well, that would only take 20 days to return, your investment of a 10 Sol NFT. So just a little thing down there, but then also these other projects, you can compare these. We have Shadowy Supercoders, Tile Robotics, Boryoku Dragons, Mind Folkzillas, Solana Monkette Business, right? So this is a great way to sort of compare these. I have the daily return numbers, days to ROI, And yeah, thought this was pretty handy. So right now, this is only available to people that are patrons. Maybe I'll make it public at some point. There is a separate, just like Shadowy supercoder calculator. So this is helpful because as people stake their SSC NFTs, they basically can claim tokens. So the NFT may not have the full 10,000 tokens left. And if that's the case, you want to know that. So you can plug in the address of the Shadowy supercoder. It will tell you how many tokens have been claimed, how many are left, and what the floor price would be based on how many tokens are left. So I thought that was very helpful as well. That is publicly available. I will put a link in the description down below. So if you want to use that, be sure to check it out. But basically, do you get like a literal ROI? You can calculate that to see like, is this potentially a good investment? Things to consider. Will that token go to zero? Is there a use case for the token? Is there a market for the token? A lot of these tokens, you can go to Jupiter, which is basically a DEX aggregator or decentralized exchange aggregator, and you can convert from those tokens back to USDC, right? So a stable coin. So you could cash out every day if you wanted to. You can see I can type in Vibe and find the Vibe token. RAD is the token that the Zillas get, right? 69 cents. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. The next thing is, do you even like the art, right? If there's no utility, if there's no function to the NFT, something like a Solana monkey business or CryptoPunks, if you don't even like the art, then are you just doing it to try to flip it or hope that it appreciates further as sort of like a blue chip NFT? Or if it's some new project and there's no roadmap or utility, then if you don't even like the art and you're just trying to flip it, well, the worst case is it goes to zero. And if it goes to zero and you don't even like the art, well, now you're just left with garbage. So for me, at least if I want to buy something more speculative like that, I try to think about it as like, would I actually print this out and put it on my wall? Is it something that's kind of cool or unique? If so, maybe I'll take a chance on it. Obviously, there's a ton of flippers out there and stuff, so who knows what they want to do, but just something else I like to consider. Now, the fourth thing is who's behind the project. So this sort of goes back to the Genesis Go Shadowy Supercoder NFT. They have a very strong dev team. They're very active on Discord, very smart. Saw a couple interviews with them. So based on that, like, yes, they can actually deliver on stuff. They already had an RPC network that's up and running that was free for Solana projects. So I really like that. I will shill my bags here real quick. I did just mint some Bitmon trainers, and then I also bought more on the secondary market because I really like the dev behind that project. 0x Bustos, that's his like Twitter handle, and also on Discord. So based on just sort of him being behind the project, I'm buying those NFTs as an investment. So, buying for 0.85 SOL, if those things even go to 1.7, that's a 2x return, right? So if they go to 8.8 SOL or 8.5 SOL, that would be a 10x return for me on those NFTs. So I decided to get into those, basically sort of betting on who's behind the project and that he will actually be able to deliver. Also, he personally owns 383 of those as of filming. You can actually see that if you type in bustos.sol, that's his address, and you can see all 383 of those Bitmon trainers there. So, yeah, definitely the dev team is huge. One other one I'll show real quickly is Tayo Robotics, Soulport Tom. He basically bought that project, and now he's just working to make it better and provide value there. So I thought that was really neat and interesting, so I decided to buy one of those. So, yeah. And the last thing is the community. Obviously, you want to see a strong community. You don't want to see a ton of FUD, fear, uncertainty, doubt, FUD. You don't want to see people saying like, is this a rug? Is this a slow rug? Why aren't the devs doing anything? Blah, 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 blah. That just gets annoying. It's obnoxious. No one wants to hear it. So if you join a Discord and you just see a ton of that, may not be worth getting into. Unless you really like the dev team and you just know that there's a ton of people sort of fudding the project in the Discord, but the dev team is actually working diligently and will deliver at some point. Now the other stuff is like also being active on Twitter. Is there a community on Twitter? Are people sharing these? Do they have them as their profile pictures? If there's a lot of interest and people seeing that causes excitement. People want to buy it. They want to be a part of that community. They want to be able to share their profile pictures or whatever NFT with other people in the community. So based on those things, those could potentially be good investments. So hope this video was kind of helpful. If it was, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Consider joining my Patreon as a patron. $5. Link is down below in the description. $5 a month, can cancel at any time, but you get access to this NFT calculator. Obviously, I'll probably just share this presentation there too. But these are sort of like 5 things I keep in the back of my head whenever I look at a project. sometimes I'll just kind of FOMO in with like buying one or two, and then I'll sort of think about these things and being like, is it really worth it? So yeah, either way, could you 10x with looking at all of these aspects? Sure, maybe, but I don't want you to think this is like a easy peasy, just follow these things and you're gonna make a ton of money. So again, not financial advice, do your own research, but some things I think about, and so far love the discussions in the Discord. There's not a ton of people obviously in my Discord yet, but I really enjoy the discussions, hearing about new projects, looking into them. There's definitely a lot of unique new cases out there for NFTs, so I'll be curious to see what happens this year in 2022. But either way, good luck out there investing. Again, if you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and until next time, guys, thanks for watching.